This is Patrick, a yearling stud colt who's having his feet handled for the first time. Patrick would fall into Pirelli's category of a right-brain introvert. You can kind of see from the way that his eyes are wide so that you can see the whites of them. And he stretches out his neck really long towards me, but keeps his chest and his front legs away from me while he's accepting his treats. Patrick let me pick up his foot well there, but then he pawed and kind of leaned away from me, so I encouraged him to walk forward to take his treat. And the reason that I did that was I didn't want him to think that he needed to stay away from me. I wanted him to understand that part of the lesson was to accept humans being in that zone of his body. So now Patrick is starting to wiggle his ears back and forth, which is an indication that he is starting to figure out what the lesson is. Right there, he started again to have his eyes sort of squinty, and that shows that Patrick is still a little nervous about having me around his head. So that sticking the chin out and reaching forward for the treat instead of relaxing and just sort of being in the space with me is an indication of his lack of certainty. And right there, Patrick got frustrated and said, "Why are you trying to grab my foot? Just give me the treat." And so I led him back forward and I said, "No, Patrick, like this, you have to work for your treat. It doesn't come for free." So right there where the ears were sort of back into the side, that was him questioning what he was supposed to be doing. So right there, he's chewing on the thought and figuring out, oh, okay, we're doing the foot thing again. So that was kind of an opportunistic backup. He was going, well, do I just have to move my foot, or do I have to actually lift it? And so he wasn't really confident just lifting it, so he put his head down to eat grass, and then actually was able to offer the foot when he had the distraction of the grass. So I'm leading him forward again and saying, "Patrick, it's okay to be up here." But he backs up and he says, "No, I don't want to be that close to you." So his ears just pointed straight forward there because he had heard something in the distance, and the added pressure of all the dogs being around caused him to withdraw again. So the way that he has his ears somewhat back like that is an indication that he's not really comfortable with what's going on. So he actually backs all the way out of the camera, and I lead him forward again, and he goes, "Oh, okay, well, I guess I'll keep trying." And his tail comes up there because he's a little bit nervous, and a lot of times when they get nervous, everything kind of clamps down, which causes them to have to go to the bathroom or to expel gas. So that was a nice change right there. Patrick let me hold his foot up, and he wiggled it, but he wasn't quite as insistent about it. Again, after I gave him the treat, the ears came forward saying that he was understanding what was going on. And he's still turning his head away from me when I reach for his foot, which is kind of him saying, "Oh, I just can't bear to look, like, what are you doing down there?" And he doesn't want to see me, so he looks away. He's eating his treat there. I gave him a big treat because he did a really nice job. And as you'll notice, the big treat had an impact on him because that time when I reached for his foot, he immediately picked it up and kept his focus better. He didn't look away. He didn't stretch his neck away from me so much. And again, the ears are flicking back and forth, indicating that he has a better understanding of the game now. So just there, his neck softened, and he wasn't sticking his chin out quite as much, which was a nice change, except for the fact that with added confidence came a little bit of, do I really have to lift my foot to earn the treat? So here he's just double checking. He's saying, if I lift my foot, do I have to hold it still? And I said, yes, Patrick, and I'm upping the ante a little bit. I'm saying you've got to hold it still a little bit longer And this section of the training is called extinction burst. He goes around and tries all the other options one more time before he finally goes, okay, I understand what's going on. And during extinction burst, things actually get worse than they were when they started. They try all different behaviors that they can think of to be absolutely sure that they have the right answer. The way I kind of think of it is he's going back. He's finished the test, and he's going back and checking his work. And on each problem, he's going, okay, well, it's not B, C, or D, so it must be A. And the section where they're going back through and checking off B, C, and D can be really frustrating. But because I know that things are getting worse right before they get better, it doesn't bother me so much. So I just keep putting Patrick back into place. And each time he backs up and gets confused, I don't really worry about it because I know he's going to turn the corner here pretty soon. So he went through a phase where he was putting his head in my space and trying to really see what I'm doing, but that is actually a nice change from when he was unable to look at me initially while I was grabbing his foot. So he just started to relax a little through the top line there, and he's going, okay, well, can I relax my top line and walk forward? Because he tried backward, and backward didn't work. So let's see what he does next. He lowers his head and kind of paws forward at the ground, which is, he's going, okay, well, it wasn't forward motion. Maybe I need to just swing the foot forward. And you just have to keep correcting him and saying, no, that's not it. And I like to remind people that this isn't bad behavior. This is him offering other behaviors. He's going, well, I can do this. Does this earn me a treat? And you just have to say, well, thank you. We might want to use that sometime, but not today. We're working on something else today.